Hi, my name's Nancy. I live in one of the Chicago southwest suburbs, and I'm a retired federal law enforcement officer. I first came to the SMART Institute and saw Dr. Vogt probably about 10 months ago. I had been having severe arthritis issues, and initially I had thought it stemmed from a car accident I was in. I was hit head on by a drunk driver when I was 19. And so as the years went by, I just had attributed increased damage and arthritis because of injuries I sustained. And then 2 years ago, I learned I have a condition called hereditary hemochromatosis. And basically what it does is overload the joints with iron, the joints in your vital organs. So the great news is, in order to get the iron out of my body, I do phlebotomies. And so my body's been healing, and it's come a long way. 2 years ago, I literally couldn't walk. I mean, my body had shut down to the point where I sat down and I tried to get up and I couldn't walk. And so I actually climbed up the stairs to get my crutches. And then it was through going with my primary care physician to figure out what it was and all this testing and everything. And then I have a great, hematologist. And so anyway, it was through working with my physical therapist that I found out about the SMART Institute and Dr. Vogt and the regenerative practices that they were conducting here. Initially, I had gotten some knee injections, some Depo-Nedrol in my knees and in my spine and in my SI joint. But the ones that I got in my spine only lasted for maybe 10 days. And then it was through my physical therapist I learned those don't really help in the healing, they just kind of mask the problem. So, once I came to the SMART Institute, and that was 10 months ago, I've come a really long way. I was still struggling at the time, and I told Dr. Vogt on my first visit that, I was more concerned about my spine than my knees, because what good are if I was even thinking of looking into knee replacement. And Dr. Vogt did the diagnostic ultrasound on my knees, and he said I didn't need a knee replacement. I had cartilage, and again, it was just this hereditary disorder that I have that was kind of like not letting my tissue connect. So working with Dr. Vogt, even that very first day, he started Shockwave on my spine and on my SI joint and on my right knee. And it took me maybe 2 months where my spine was pretty much healed between that, and I also saw their nutritionist and did the micronutrient test, and really working, and I started it all at the same time in the beginning, and working with the nutritionist and doing the shockwave therapy, and then going to a naturopath. I mean, it literally changed my life. I started feeling better, so much better so quickly. It was amazing. It's just amazing how much nutrition can help in healing with not only the physical therapy. So I've come a long way in the 10 months that I've been coming here. Probably did the shockwave on my spine and SI joint for maybe 2 months before it got to the point I didn't need crutches anymore. I was, walking very well. I'm still healing, and as the time goes on, but I'm healed so much thanks to Dr. Vogt and the SMART Institute. When I started the shockwave therapy, what shockwave therapy is to me it was almost like ultrasound on steroids. Dr. Vogt would put I think it's coconut oil on the area that was going to be treated, and then it's a device that puts shockwaves through the spinal cord. It was where I got it, in the spinal cord and in my knees. It takes maybe, depends on the area treated. It could take anywhere from like 10 minutes to a little bit longer than that. But what it does is draw blood to the area to help in the healing process. And it really helped me a great deal. My spine and SI joint, initially I was doing that for every week for 2 months. And it really stabilized me. And then one interesting thing, because Dr. Vogt was doing my right knee, which is worse, and I noticed I was feeling the knee that I thought was okay better. I was feeling that one more than the more damaged knee. So I could tell that the shockwave was really helping me and really healing my body, because I could tell by the difference in my knees. One wasn't getting treated, one was getting treated, and then the one that wasn't getting treated, I finally asked him, can you please do that, my left knee also. And another major benefit of like the first visit, I did the micronutrient testing, which is what they take blood, and they draw blood, and then they send it off to a laboratory to analyze, you in particular, what vitamin deficiencies you have. So it was really helping me because of the issue I have with the iron overload. I wasn't able to take vitamins because they would give me headaches. So the vitamins I got through this whole process really helped heal me because I no longer was getting headaches. They made me feel better. And in addition to that, I met with Beverly Holcomb, the nutritionist here, who's also incredible. And she worked with me and pointed me to a naturopath. And through diet and physical therapy and exercise and nutrition, I mean, I've really healed a lot in 10 months. It's taken my body a tremendous amount of improvement in 10 months. So the next step in my healing process is I'm doing stem cell procedure here in about 2 months. And the reason I'm doing the stem cell procedure I'm doing is they're going to take my own adipose cell, my own fat cells, and then they process it and then they'll inject it into my knees using the ultrasound to appropriately inject the material where it needs to be in the knees. The reason I'm doing that is because of the disorder that I have, the iron overload disorder. It causes so many other, I have other autoimmune issues because of that. And so I feel it's safer and more important to me to do something with my own material than trusting a foreign substance coming into my body. Now the SMART Institute, they've been fantastic here. Everybody here, from Alejandro and Vanessa and Jennifer and again, Beverly Holcomb, the whole staff here, it's a healing environment. What I really appreciated about Dr. Vogt and everyone here at the SMART Institute is from day one, my issue was it's not, Dr. Vogt even said it's never just one thing. That's why he said, would you be interested in the micronutrient test? Would you be interested in trying Shockwave? Would you be interested? It's more of a holistic approach to healing the body, where other practitioners I've gone to, and I've had some really, high quality orthopedic and neurosurgeons that I went to get, consultations with. But they focus on one part of the body, one area of the body. And what was so frustrating to a patient like me is it's not just one thing. It was like so many things were going wrong at one time. And I didn't want to even consider even thinking about a knee replacement when my body wasn't holding up my spine. And so again, through the Shockwave, through nutrition, through physical therapy, and it's just healed my body so much in the 10-month period. Yeah, what I would say to other people who are on the fence about doing regenerative medicine is to do your research. And I can tell you, a lot of people just seeing in my yoga classes and my Pilates classes, I've had more people come up to me and say, what have you been doing? How have you improved so much in such a short period of time? And so I've been referring some of my fellow students, to the SMART Institute and again, to the nutritionist. And like I said, seeing is believing. And like I've had a lot of people come up to me asking me, what have you done? And how have you come so far in such a short period of time? So I would just recommend this for anybody who's struggling with not being able to get the results they need from conventional medicine. And that's where I was at. Things have been multifaceted here. Again, that's one of the reasons I appreciated Dr. Vogt's approach. It's multifaceted. He looked into not only my physical injuries by the x-rays and the MRIs, but also delve into nutrition and delve into the micronutrient test and the Shockwave therapy. And it's a combination of everything that's got me moving and improved me so much in the past 10 months.
Nancy has been a wonderful patient to work with over the past year. When she first came to see us, she had debilitating back pain and knee pain and had multiple corticosteroid injections over the past several years. She also had recently been diagnosed with a hereditary condition called hemochromatosis. This is an iron overload condition which can lead to painful arthritis and also lead to organ failure if not properly treated. This was being treated effectively by her primary care physician. First, we got her set up with our nutritionist and wellness expert to help her start an anti-inflammatory diet. We also performed micronutrient testing to help identify any nutrient deficiencies and then supplement those deficiencies as needed. For her knee, we got her set up with a medial unloader brace, which helped to unload the side of the knee that was causing where she had the most problem, which helped her to essentially walk better. Then we started Shockwave therapy, which we performed on her low back as well as the knee flexion contracture that she had. She wasn't able to extend her knee all the way, so it made it difficult for her to walk. So we performed shockwave therapy on her hamstrings to help straighten out her leg. And after a series of treatments, her pain that was, her knee pain that was a 6 to 8 out of 10 pain was decreased to a much more manageable 3 to 4 out of 10 pain. With her low back pain completely resolved for the most part. She'll still have good and bad days, but for the most part, it's significantly better with the shockwave therapy. It's important to note that Nancy has had been able to maintain her physical therapy. She's been with a very good physical therapist over this period of time. She, with the shockwave therapy, she has been able to continue in yoga and Pilates and other exercise classes. Nancy is now prepping for a stem cell therapy for both of her knees, and this will help her to avoid total joint surgery. Nancy's a great example of our holistic approach to the patient. With Nancy, we really had to take a multifaceted approach. We needed to work with her on nutrition, identify any micronutrient deficiencies, coordinate and communicate with her physical therapist. And then with the shockwave therapy, we have been able to help her with her pain and mobility.